What's going on, y'all? It's Cam. This is part 2 of the first episode. Make sure y'all check out the link below so y'all can go in numerical order. Bro, if y'all like my face and my free forms, just watch the video and go back to the first one later. But anyway, with that said, I love y'all. Let's get straight to the video.
It's a dynamic to our life where we want to do it at a high level and do it well. But to your point about the kids being a decision maker, I'm a strength coach. I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I found myself back in the early 2015 volunteering at a high school where it was in one of the roughest areas of Chicago. They call it Holy City, and God really put on my heart to just go in there and just show them that I care and to give them resources so they can just weather the storm of life, right? Like, if you feel good about yourself, more than likely you treat the stuff that you have better and the people around you better. And so as we were growing and getting to know each other, I realized a lot of these kids have been let down, that people had told them that they was going to do this for them, or that they said they was going to show up, and they just weren't keeping their word. So I was like, all right. Told the head coach, I said, I'm going to show up, and these kids going to quit on me before I quit on them. And so they had asked me, what foods should we eat? And so I went ahead and I handwritten out a meal plan, grocery list from Aldi, y'all. I said, your mama got a link card? Yeah, my mama got a link. All right, well, ask her for 20 off this link card, and we're going to focus on these key ingredients in order to help you with your learning. Because I believe that if you're playing sports or if you're a student, that's the most important thing, is student athlete, and knowledge is power. And so what I found out during that time is that those who were actually taking advantage of the meal plan, they were staying hydrated, but they were also the ones educating the parents. And mom and dad would come up to me like, what's going on here? Lil T came up to me and told me, don't grab the pizza rolls, grab this. I was like, I never told Lil T that, but I did tell him, what would help him, what was the best fuel for his body, to perform at a high level, for him to stay awake and to be able to retain knowledge, because that's important. And so the kids ultimately become the teacher, and are the ones that are helping the parents make better decisions for those who maybe don't know, so yeah.
Facts. And a lot of what we deal with is really a lack of knowledge. And I wanted to say a lack of knowledge before I said ignorance, because I feel like ignorance can be painted with a negative connotation to it, and ignorance is simply a lack of knowledge. When you know better, you do better. When you know better and you have the means to, you do better, and you lead by example. Mm-hmm. So those of you that are, in a position or need to make that sacrifice and see it as an investment, take heed and do your own research. Because when you do it and you look up the Mouse experiment, you'll be like, okay, that's something, I see myself getting into moving forward. Because if you ask a man on his deathbed, would he give all of his earnings to have 10 more years of life? He would do it. Mm-hmm. So we ultimately value life more than finances. And don't let that be condescending. Take it for what it is. Take it for the point. Because I know that I personally have worked with individuals that are at or below the poverty line. But you have to think long term in order to get out of that for good. So, grain of salt, do your own research type of thing. And I love y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard it today, I love you, bro. And I can say that without knowing you, because the fact that you're still watching this video means that you want better for yourself. And you wanting better for yourself will ultimately lead you to a point to where you will be self-sufficient and you will be satisfied with where you are, and you will realize that your purpose is to reciprocate love. So regardless of what it is, you know that you're in alignment. So with that said, you also have to ask yourself, what am I feeding my mind? He talking about Big Mama. Another thing is do as I say, not as I do. Like, you have to lead by example. If you're, say you got a older brother, older sister, siblings, whoever you live with that's older than you, like, lead by example. You can be the difference. Like, don't say, you know, what does it say? Do not allow them to belittle you, like, for you are a youth. Like, bro, you can be the difference.
Absolutely.
I forgot what the scripture is. It's throwing me off, but man, just
you a great theologian. You got this.
no, for real. For you, like, don't let them belittle you because you're a youth. You are the difference.
Yeah.
Because they set in their ways, you haven't been molded into who you are yet. And when they see you change and when they see you lead by example, they like, how this youngin' doing this and doing all of this for themselves. They may hate, they may love it. Either way, you leading by example. And the people that hate, the people around them that see what you're doing will have no choice but to speak up or separate. And you will literally separate yourself. You will drive other people that are not meant to be around you away by bettering yourself. So focus on that, and that's self-reflection.
That's good. That's good. Is something that you said that it makes other people rise up or get out the way. I don't know why it works, but it works that way. You know, I think about Michael Jordan and Kobe. They were like that. They had that dog in them. And the people around them, as much as they would say they probably didn't like some of the things they did, they had to rise to that level. And I have a great example of that. It was, I was sharing with you, I played collegiate football, played football at a high level, but I didn't know how to fuel my body until after I got done. And so things like drinking a fruit punch was healthy to me, or eating a chicken sandwich, fried chicken sandwich, instead of a burger was healthy to me. And it wasn't until later in my life where I realized putting foods that were alive would help me. And so my dad is a 2-time kidney recipient. And, you know, he had a really hard time of maintaining his weight. Also, medications, you name it. It just was a person whose health was failing him. My mom, just an entrepreneur, and weight was an issue. And it's not really about the weight, it's how we feel. Because if I could be at a certain weight and feel amazing, I'm gonna pick feeling amazing over anything and feel good inside myself. So it's how they felt, y'all, is what I'm trying to get to you. And during that time, I'm gonna be real. I changed the way that I was eating, but I changed the way I was thinking. And in that intention comes disruption. So that's when you're gonna get the most tested. That's when you're going to have the tacos. I like tacos. You're going to have the tacos in front of you. You're going to have these moments of where are you really committed to what you said? Are you going to keep your word to yourself? Because we get so, you know, feeding your mind. That's where we're at. Like, we get so upset with people who don't keep their word. We get so upset with people when they cross us, but we hold nothing accountable to ourselves when we don't keep our word or when we don't show up for ourselves. So this is really a great example of self-control. It's a really great example of self-love and commitment. And it's just a great example of 2 Corinthians 3:16, just literally treating our temple like it is the temple of God and really showing him that we appreciate it. And more importantly, it will cause others to rise to that calling too, especially when they see the benefit that you're living out. And so I say all that to say, my dad is going on 15 years without another kidney, and he's doing amazing. His weight is maintained. My mom she looks like my sister. Her skin is glowing. She's moving well. My parents are in their 60s. They're not old by any stretch of the means, but I know some 60-year-olds that look like 80-year-olds that can't walk, that can't move, that are bent over. And I'm honored to say I have both of my parents, but I just also know that they're doing the best they can to stick around for their children's children. And we don't know if we got today, but we can definitely show some gratitude and attitude by the choices that we make and not self-sabotaging.
Absolutely. And it's all self-reflection, because, you know, he spoke about choosing to feel good where you are now. That's important because that's what will help you run the course. That's what will help you fall in love with the process, which is what's necessary for you to see the results that you're looking for. Because when you obtain a long-term mindset and you fall in love with the workouts instead of the results will follow.
Absolutely.
And you can only achieve the results that you're looking for by undergoing the changes over a period of time that will allow you to take those steps. Because the idea is you take one step at a time. On the 100th day, you're going to be 100 steps in. I personally say my, what do they call it? My New Year's resolution started in October. And when you obtain that mentality, that is what will carry you through that first week. Because I ain't gonna lie, those of you all that are like, man, I'm finna get up and go to the gym. Like, yeah, like, power to the people, as Fred Hampton would say, like, do it, bro. But like, no, your first week in the gym is gonna be the worst. Your first day, you think it's gonna be the worst, but the worst is gonna be the second day. Because you're gonna be sore, you're gonna be like, this sucks. But what you gotta know is, that first week is the worst week. After your first week is up, and you running into your second week and third week of consistency, bro, you will literally, like you said, start to feel differently. When you're putting the fuel in your body that allows you to regenerate, that allows you to recuperate what you're supposed to be doing, like regain your energy, allow your muscles to rebuild themselves, you're gonna love it. And then you're gonna be so focused on the fact that, man, I'm about to go to the gym, and you know that when you get up in the morning, you feel great, you feel sore, but you feel muscles that you hadn't felt in years. And then once you start to see results, you're like, this is working. And then you realize you can go up in weight. Then you realize the more muscle you build, the more fat you burn at a resting state. So now you've fallen in love with the process. For females that don't want to be muscular, lifting heavy weights won't inherently make you muscular, because what's heavy to you may not be heavy to the next person. When you start to grow muscular, you can just stay at the weight that you're doing and start to do high reps. You can do endurance just to keep the blood flow going, just to keep your joints limb. What you say? Stay limbo. Bro, stay limbo, because
on the real,
as you get older, bro, you don't want knee replacements, and like, you don't want to start replacing things that weren't meant to be replaced. Like, you're not a vehicle. Like, you have to see yourself as a vehicle with what you put inside of your body, but know that your engine cannot be replaced. It can, but you don't want your life to be in the hands of an individual that you've never met, which is essentially what a doctor is, which is essentially what organ replacements are. Like, some of us are, everyone is a product of their environment, but take control of your life, bro. And we had to go through the steps that are necessary for you to understand what that means, and for you to receive it, and for it not to be water casted onto a rock, but for it to be water casted into soil. Because you have to understand that you are a seed that is being watered. Trees are not, was it you that gave the olive tree analogy?
Yeah.
Bro, tell them the olive tree analogy. That was hard.
I mean, a lot of us want quick results, man. And, you know, you can water dirt, but if you want quick results, you onions grow in very short period of time, 16 weeks. But if you want something that's going to test the scales of time, you want to be an olive tree. And you can water the ground for a year or two and not see the fruit of it. But ultimately, it'll grow and it'll last for hundreds of years. But it may take 16 years for olive tree to produce itself. But it is something that you pass on to your kids. And I just want to say this, man. I just want to edify and just uplift you, man, because the way you're thinking is above your time. You can see the people that you have around you. It's just a reflection of the embarrassment of riches that God has put into your life. You're doing the work. There's no question about that. And also, man, you showing love, bro. And a lot of people, they do and strive for better, and they leave. But you lifting as we climb, man. You leaving Earth better than where you found it already, and you ain't even been here that long, man. So it's really cool. I love it, man. And just to be sitting here on this couch, man, is just dope. And if you're sitting here receiving this message, man, follow. You know, keep staying in tune with the upcoming content that's coming. It's only gonna get better. It's only gonna enrich your life. Just being here and just being a part of this has already got me in high spirits. So I just know you guys are getting something from it. But man, 2 claps for Cam.
Absolutely. Man, with that said, you know, I want to close with the fact that Crabs in the Barrel can end today. And for us to get outside of the whole crabs in the barrel scene, it takes for you to notice what you can do differently. It's all self-reflection. What you put in your body, what you put in your mind, who you hang around, leading by example is all self-reflection. Bringing crabs in a barrel to an end looks like you taking accountability. All you can worry about is what you're responsible for. At the same time, I don't want to say worry. All you can focus on is what you're responsible for. So, man, I'm grateful to hear you say that, and I'm honored. And like, bro, it's about our people. Like, it's not about. I was a former athlete. It's not about baseball. It's not about basketball, football. My purpose is to help them young black boys and girls that are in the street shooting at each other. So, with that said, bro, I want to close out. Like, make sure y'all see the resources that we are dropping down below if you want to truly make a difference in your own life. Even if you feel as though you can't afford it, buy one thing at a time. So, baby steps.
Start with breakfast. Start with one meal at a time. If that's where you're at, start with one snack. It don't have to be the whole shebang. I still was eating Italian beefs on this journey when I first started for breakfast, and then I realized I couldn't do that no more, and I had to pick a better option. And then my lunch and dinner still looked the same, but my breakfast was revamped, and then I moved on and so on. Before you know it, you got a whole new lifestyle, and that's what it's about. It's transition into something that's better for you. And it takes 21 days to build a habit. 21 days. So just keep putting one foot in front of the other. You got this. You got this.
Oh, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You can do it, bro. Because 21 days is gonna go by regardless. You might as well come out at the end of the month a better person than you were when you started.
Mm-hmm.
Bro. So with that said, make sure y'all check out the resources below. We love y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Kim.
I'm Tommy D.
Peace out.
From the heart.